of M Group. We are an organization that is in the hospitality world in many different ways. M Stone makes countertops, millwork. M Shower makes shower kit programs. Interiors makes limited service furniture. Gainwell makes 4 and 5-star furniture. Quiet Lock is our brand new private label line of LVT flooring. And today we're introducing the crown jewel of the M Group collection, which is called ULTRACERA. Now, for all of you that are familiar with the countertop surfaces business, ULTRACERA is a radically different, innovative, new, next generation composite eco surface. That is a mouthful, and let's discover what that means. This package is called the ULTRACERA Advantage. And before I get too far into this, the co-inventor of ULTRACERA is standing to my right. This relatively tall guy next to me is Scott Murray. He's our Vice President of Manufacturing and New Product Development. And he spends half his life in our offices in Qingwen, China, and the other half in his offices in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
He says half for budgeting reasons. I'm there about 80% of the time.
Yeah. Our CPA requires me to say he's in the country 50% of the time.
I shouldn't have said that out loud, should I? Is the FCC watching?
Here's this new product, and we're going to show you some samples, but everyone knows that everyone in this hospitality business, unless you've been under a rock for the last 6 months, knows that the trade war and the disruption in the normal scheme of things in China has been very, very disruptive to all of us, vendors, resources, owners, developers. We have been working since 2016 on a new product, and this is absolutely the ideal time to launch it. The ULTRACERA product, the ULTRACERA Advantages, are not only in the way this product is made, what this product is made out of, but it also really will impact the designer and the specifier, because this is a radically different way to specify and understand product. When we look first, let's look at the product. This is a completely new high-performance surface. It's created using a unique blend of synthetic ceramic and decorative aggregates. This is a product that is created using a unique blend of synthetic ceramic and decorative aggregates. Now, what I didn't say when I introduced Scott is that his background is very different than mine. He got his graduate degree at University of Arizona, bear down, in contaminant hydrology, which I really don't know what that is, but I know it has to do with the study of water systems.
There's some science in there.
There's some science in there. So anything technical, and I mean anything technical, will be answered by Scott. But he also, in addition to being the highest supporter of ULTRACERA, is also one of the co-inventors. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. It was co-invented by Scott in China with another individual. It is not an acrylic-based product, and the raw materials do not vary in characteristics. Now, what does that mean? The raw material in ULTRACERA is a very consistent type of product, and it does not have differences in size, shapes, variability.
It's synthetically manufactured, so we're able to control a lot of the variables. So you have consistent input to the product, which gives you a consistent output.
It's heavy, it's durable, and it's as aesthetically pleasing as most existing surfaces. Gordon, Tim, if you'll kind of show some of those samples, and you'll see that it looks a lot like products that you may be using today, but it's not. Now, we're saving some of the best for last, but this new ULTRACERA product does not rely on the manufacturing or mining of quartz aggregates, okay? That is the environmental issue about these types of quartz products. Quartz sands basically come from river bodies.
Mainly dredged out of rivers, and besides being a hydrologist, I would call myself an environmentalist. And one of the key features of this is that using a synthetic aggregate, you don't rely on those quartz aggregates. You've got to dredge out of a river, you dredge out of a riverbank. It's one of the more impactful mining operations that few ever focus on.
Okay, if we can. Okay, I was trying to figure out, being the very scientific guy that I am, and trying to figure out a way to get an analogy across that would make sense of this ecological type of story. When our team came in the other day to LAX, we hailed the Uber, what's it called?
Uber XL.
Uber XL. It used to be the black car, the big car, okay? Because we're all big guys and we had baggage and we had samples, so we need the big guy. So the big black Suburban shows up, and I'm looking at it, and we put all our stuff in the back, and all four of us jump in, and we come downtown, and it looks just like what we normally do. And then I looked at the side of the truck, and it said hybrid. I said, "Oh, what a great analogy this is," because our new product, ULTRACERA, looks like kind of like you're used to being used in the hotel market, but instead of 12 miles a gallon on the way down to LA Live, it's 40 miles a gallon on the way down to LA Live. And that's a pretty good analogy of what we're talking about here, of a product that is a new breakthrough in environmental engineering. Let me give you another example. Where are my light bulbs? Okay, I got two light bulbs.
Both look the same.
Do you know how hard it is to find an incandescent light bulb today? They don't exist anymore. But I've got an LED light bulb in one hand and an incandescent in the other. They both get you to the same place. They both look the same. But the technology, the way these things are built, what's inside them is completely different. And that again is that same type of analogy on what we're talking about with ULTRACERA. A radically different component, new composites, looks like the old stuff, performs like the new stuff, more environmentally friendly, and much more care on the environment. Scott has been, in the last 6 months, very involved in the factory, in the building of this factory over here. And with this new product comes one of the keys to this whole trade war situation in China. This is a patent pending product. We are as concerned about intellectual property as any American resource. We own the patent on this product. Scott is a co-inventor. The vertical production, here's the part of this that really you want to understand. In the countertop business today, you've got a situation where you've got a guy making slabs, a producer making the slabs, and they're in charge of the custom colors and the colors in your line. Those slabs may be made hundreds of miles, thousands of miles from where you are as a manufacturer. Then those slabs are moved to a fabrication operation, and the tops are fabricated into your order. What we're doing with ULTRACERA is essentially taking the box, turn it upside down, letting all the pieces fall out, and starting anew.
So at this facility, the whole operation, besides the project managers in the U.S., are at this facility. The people are doing the takeoffs, the design, the shop drawings, the design of the slabs, slab production, fabrication, logistics, shipping, packing, all under one roof.
What does that mean to you as a resource, as a specifier, as a buyer? You're now looking at one source of quality and production from start to finish. We're making the custom sample of the color that you want. We're making the slabs. We're making the tops. We're creating them and packing them, and we're taking them on our trucks to the port.
And I no longer have an excuse to blame it on anybody else. It's all under one roof now.
It's now a closed cell. Okay.
So going back to the environmentalist kind of point of view, the factory, as much as we can, is as green as possible. One example is the factory is located in an area where it rains a lot. So in the large area of the roof of the factory, we capture all the rainwater, it goes through a series of treatment. So 100% of the water that's used in the manufacturing is collected from rainwater. And then that's cycled through the system at least 6 times before discharge, and then we start using rainwater.
Okay. One of the bad sides of this draconian, politically inspired anti-dumping activities that's been going on recently is the hospitality business has lost the largest single source of production of countertops in the world. There is no one source anywhere that can make the amount of countertops that the American U.S. hospitality business can absorb. Marriott is opening up 1 hotel per day worldwide. Hilton is opening up 1 hotel per day worldwide. The amount of product is mind-boggling, okay? What we are able to do here with this patent pending, co-invented by an American company, unique product is to re-tap into the world's best stone producers in China, taking the same team that's been fabricating for M Group and M Stone for 18 years and turning them loose on this new product. We have a very large capacity, and we have the ability to resource and sell a lot of this product.
So getting back to some of the performance aspects of it, a lot of the specifications will meet or exceed the existing specification for hard surfaces out there now. The density is 2.5 grams per cubic centimeter. As a reference, quartz is around 2.4. Your Corian solid surfaces around 2.3, 2.2. So it is a little bit heavier than things that are out there now, but you still have that solid and durable appearance. Water absorption, staining, all of those things meet the brand standards. It's virtually impermeable and is resistant to most stains and chemicals.
Okay, where are we at on this program? The factory, we got a timeline up here? Oh, okay. We'll be taking launch customer orders now for delivery late April, and orders in May for launch customers. So the factory will be fully operational, full production June and July.
So start specifying now.
Yep. Samples are available, color lines are available. Now, let's just briefly talk about some of the marketing advantages that the specifiers in the room will want to hear, because this is where the product really gets to have some unique opportunities for specification and for clients. There. Because we're vertical, because we're making the slab, because we're making the fabrication, because we're doing everything, we're able to label our products and our samples with all the information that the specifier wants to know. This is a Town Place Suites. It is the whatever brand program name. It was made on such and such a date. It is color number such and such. It was made by the ULTRACERA facility in China. It was sold by M Group. All this will be on your phone. It can be scanned which Scott just did, and that information is on every sample and every top you have. Now, what does that mean when you're on a job site? Who's ever been on a job site where we got 222 tops going in and 220 went in, and the installer calls and says, we're short? Well, probably what happened is he took a 70-inch top and cut it to 60 to put it in a 60-inch space, and then he gets to the room with the 70-inch top and goes, maybe I shouldn't have done that. What is going to happen with ULTRACERA? Every single fabricated top that leaves this factory will have its own QR code. So when you're on a job site, you can go into the job, scan your barcode, and it'll say Town Place Suites, Bradenton, Florida, QQ double room, room 416, left side, right side. So this is what we call intelligent installation. There's never going to be a case again where somebody won't know what's on a job site. And the owner's rep can read it, the contractor can read it, the installer can read it. It's on every single piece of product
and
that we
us
make.
as a manufacturer can read it, so that same code will be, from the slab all the way down to the shipping crates.
From a specifier, you design a custom color for your new Ritz-Carlton in Playa del Rey, and you've got 18 of these things while you're mulling around. I'm not even looking at the Wilson people right now, where you're looking at your 18 samples, deciding which one you really like the best. And after about 2 months, everybody forgets which one's which, okay? This won't happen. There won't be little Chinese letters on it, or Indian letters or anything else. There'll be a QR code that tells you the color number of the sample, the date that it was made, the project it was for, the designer who specified it, the project name. It will make life so good. You remember that big bin of samples in every design firm's studio, where you just go in and find one and say, this is it, and nobody knows what it is? Well, it's been recognized because it's going to have a QR code, and we're going to be able to find it again for you. Okay? So, novel product, innovative chemistry, real, salient, truthful, honest, ecological benefits, American invention, produced by the greatest stone producers in the world. It's a product that really can't be beat. Now, other than the wonderful group of people we have today, this has been what's the term? It's on the blogosphere or whatever it is. It was sent out on Facebook worldwide. So you're part of a worldwide audience today, which is kind of cool. Okay.
Does anybody have any questions before we turn you loose on the champagne?
Who wants to be the first launch customer?
Yeah, that's a better question.
Okay. Oh, here's one now. Okay. All right. On behalf of Scott and I both, and all the M Group team, we're available for any questions, comments, responses. Come join us for a toast to a successful execution of this project. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
I think we'll need some more champagne.